Quite a scare for students coming out of St. Francis and Joseph Catholic School this evening. Police say shortly before 3 p.m. they received information that a male was shot in a parking lot near a school. On arrival at the scene, they met the victim sitting in a red vehicle with a gunshot wound to the hand. He was transported to hospital and is listed in stable condition. Now, just several days after an all-points bulletin was put out for their arrest, the other two men wanted in connection with the Bahamas Power and Light investigation were today tried for those charges. Appearing before Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt was attorney Shay Campbell Chase and former BPL employee James Dean. 35-year-old Chase was arraigned on 1 count of conspiracy to commit fraud and 7 counts of fraud, while his 31-year-old co-accused Dean was charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit fraud, 42 counts of fraud, and 11 counts of falsification of accounts. Both men pleaded not guilty to the charges and were remanded to the Departments of Corrections until March 26 and 27, 2018, when they will be tried with former CIBC Bank employee Reno Bethel and former BPL employees Arvano Simonet and Anthony Strawn. A grieving family speaks after a private legal matter goes public. As the country mourns the loss of sportsman, politician, diplomat, lawyer, trade unionist, and teacher Sir Arlington Butler, his family members are entangled in a court battle that puts his children against his wife, Hazel Lady Butler. Sir Arlington and Lady Butler married in 2013 after his first wife died. On Wednesday, the widow appeared before Supreme Court Justice Cheryl Grant Thompson following claims that Sir Arlington's children had written her a letter demanding she leave the matrimonial home and have no involvement in the planning of their father's funeral. In the end, the court ruled in Lady Butler's favor, essentially allowing her to remain in the home and plan the funeral. However, in a statement, the heirs and successors of Sir Arlington denied reports that they have issued ultimatums to anyone to vacate anywhere regarding the estate or that any relevant family member not be allowed to participate in the planning of the affairs of their father's funeral. That said, the heirs call on an all cease and desist from the untimely and unnecessary inquiries and other interferences and allow them to pay their proper respects to their father. Sir Arlington died last week at the age of 79. Bank of the Bahamas confirming in a release that it's begun what it calls sizing departments and units with the ultimate goal of setting the bank back on the path of sustainable profitability. Unfortunately, this means letting go dozens of its employees. Bank officials have put that number at less than 30. Nonetheless, they say these are extremely difficult decisions, primarily because they hold implications for the continued employment of team members and impact many areas of the bank. However, these decisions, read the statement, are based on careful assessment of operations and the corporate objective of securing enhanced efficiencies, and that all decisions were taken with the greatest level of diligence, care, and sensitivity. News of the layoffs followed the decision to close 2 of the bank's Family Island locations. BOB's 8 Mile Rock branch has closed permanently, while its Exuma branch will follow suit at year's end. The past few years have been rocky for the Bank of the Bahamas. Just earlier this year, it recorded losses of $11 million, and that's $5 million more than it did during the same period in 2016. Stay with us. We have more news straight ahead.
This segment of the news was brought to you by Alive.